Tonight on Hunter.
Brahms' Lullaby. The killer apparently placed in her hand after he murdered her.
You don't think he sort of sat here and listened to it after she was dead, do you?
Looks that way.
The popular British press refers to this monster as the Lullaby Killer.
The victim's an English girl by the name of Cherry Stevens. She's a hooker.
The young woman's neck was broken, more than likely from a rapid downward movement from behind. If he finds another British prostitute, he will kill again.
Now look, this guy's out there. Let's get him.
Looking for a little action tonight? I'm talking about real excitement. The best time of your life.
I'm Angela. If you want thrills, forget about her.
I would have had him for
get out
big
of my
nose
face, you
Why did you
cow.
get the rocks?
Hey, come on, love. Give a girl a fighting chance.
You're from Liverpool, aren't you?
That's right. Me and the Beatles. Let me guess. You must be from London. I can see you're a man that's used to the best. Come on, love. You won't regret it.
All right. Get in. What's your name?
Cherry? Why are we stopping here?
I thought I'd buy you a little present.
That's very nice of you, love, but it's not really necessary.
But I'd like to. I'll be right back.
That's right, Brahms' Lullaby. It's one of our most popular items. We have some in larger sizes, if you like.
The small one will be fine.
Excuse me a moment.
Charlie, what are you doing here?
I was driving into the office. I heard the call. What do we got?
Well, the victim's an English girl by the name of Cherry Stevens. Somebody broke her neck. The landlady who found her said that she's a hooker.
Charlie, take a look at this. We found it in the palm of her hand. Lid was open.
Brahms' Lullaby.
We think whoever killed the girl placed it in her hand after he killed her.
Wait, you mean he put it there and then sat and listened to it after she was dead? Sounds like some kind of ritual.
Sergeant Hunter, we got a lady outside. Says she's a friend of the victims.
Yes, ma'am?
Jerry. Oh, God, no.
I'd like to see Captain Devane, please.
Is he expecting you, sir?
Yes, would you tell me that Lord Fraser, British consul, is here?
Are you certain that she didn't own the music box in the photograph?
I've never seen it at her apartment. Well, mind you, she could have bought it. Oh, I don't know everything she owns.
Now, what about the kinky customers? She have any of those?
We've all had our share. No, but Cherry was one of the smart ones. She was very careful. If she even sensed that John was a little bent, well, she'd back off.
You and Cherry spent a lot of time together, didn't you?
That's right. There's a bunch of us British girls working the streets. Being away from home, we like to stick together.
Okay. According to your last booking sheet, your address is in the Silver Lake district. Is that still true?
Yeah, that's my address.
Thanks very much. Yeah, Paul, do me a favor. Take Miss Anders back to her car, would you? Thanks, Margie. We'll be in touch.
Hunter, McCall. This is Lord Fraser, the British consul here in Los Angeles. Sergeants McCall and Hunter.
Lord Fraser, how are you?
Sergeant.
Hello?
One of Lord Fraser's assistants this morning showed him the report on the Cherry Stevens murder. He seems to think that there's a good possibility the killer may be from England.
Is that right?
Over the past 5 years, 25 young prostitutes had been murdered in the United Kingdom. Their necks were broken in exactly the same way as described in the report I received. That's why I came in.
Now, Lord Fraser, in all these homicides, there was a music box found playing the Brahms Lullaby.
Yes, the popular British press refers to this monster as the Lullaby Killer.
Representative from Scotland Yard will be here in the morning. Listen, we really appreciate Scotland Yard sending someone over so quickly.
I'd like to go to the crime scene.
I thought we'd stop by the hotel first to give you a chance to get cleaned up, and then we'll go...
Crime scene, please.
Okay. That's what you want. Commander Fort King, have Sergeants McCall and Hunter meet me at the Cherry Stevens crime scene, please. Hunter, McCall? This is Inspector Foster. Inspector, these are our investigators, Sergeants Hunter and McCall.
Inspector, how are you?
How do you do?
Well, where would you like to start?
The victim was found lying on this bed on her back.
That's right.
There was no sexual assault, no identifiable fingerprints, nothing in the apartment was missing or disturbed.
She was adamant about coming here first.
And the music box?
Oh, yes. Here you go.
Each of our victims had a different type of music box in her right hand, but it always played the same tune, Brahms' Lullaby.
You know, you're certainly welcome to our medical examiner's preliminary report, if you'd like.
The young woman's neck was broken, more than likely from a rapid downward snap from behind.
Well, what do you make of all this then, Inspector?
It's been 5 weeks since he struck in England. I don't know why, but he's here in Los Angeles. Somehow he ran across a British girl who was a prostitute, which means it's not over. If he finds another British prostitute, he will kill again.
Hello?
Yes, is this Margie?
Yes.
Yes, a friend gave me your number. I'm in town for a few weeks and I'm looking for a little entertainment.
So you're British?
Yes, I think it would be quite pleasant to spend some time with someone from home. Can we get together?
I don't see why not.
Find Margie?
Margie hasn't lived at her Silver Lake address in more than 5 months.
Check Hollywood Boulevard?
Yep, sure did. No one's seen her tonight.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. Didn't trust us very much, you know.
I thought we were going to have a good time.
I consider photographing a woman as beautiful as you a wonderful time.
Whatever turns you on.
And let's see you a little bit more sexy.
How's that?
Yes, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Wet your lips, darling. That's good. Put your head back a little more. Let me try something. That's splendid. I think you're just perfect.
So, you're interested in more than photography after all.
That's right. I am.
The landlady came to collect the rent and found the body. She says that she didn't see anyone entering or leaving the place last night.
Okay, check with the neighbors and see if they saw anything.
Okay, Rick.
These girls think it can never happen to them.
Margie and Cherry were friends. I don't think this is just a coincidence here.
We must have found Cherry's address book.
If that's true, then there's a man out there who's got a list of a lot of British prostitutes all over L.A.
I'm so sorry I couldn't meet you in my office. I had to put in an appearance
That's
here.
quite all right, Lord Fraser. This is Inspector Foster from Scotland Yard.
Ah, yes, the Home Office told me you were coming. I suppose you know this monster struck again last night.
Yes, yes, I know.
Are you convinced it's the same man from home?
Absolutely.
Lord Fraser, the list.
Yes, in my office. Frankly, I don't know what good it'll do you. Hundreds of British tourists flood into Southern California this time of the year.
Well, that's why we need it quickly.
Yes, well, I'll get it for you.
He didn't have to cross the ocean to kill British prostitutes. I think he came here on business and he ran into his victims by chance.
Well, that makes sense. But there are still more than 400 names on that list.
Ah, there you are, Andrew.
That's Lord Rutherford, an old family friend. This gathering is in his honor. Tony! I'd like you to meet Sergeant Hunter of the Los Angeles Police Department.
Lord Rutherford, how are you?
And Inspector Foster from Scotland Yard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Now, they hear regarding that nasty business I told you about.
Oh, yes. You really think that monster's here?
Well, it's a possibility.
I'm a great admirer of your work, Lord Rutherford.
Please, call me Tony.
Tony came in from Singapore a few weeks ago. He's here to update his latest book, Brits Around the World. Wonderful photographs. I heartily recommend it.
Lord Fraser, the list.
Yes, of course. Tony?
Pleasure.
Nice meeting you all.
The killer attacks sporadically with no particular plan. He's gone for as long as 5 or 6 weeks without attacking. We think he's unable to control his moods. But when certain stimuli are present, he gets the urge to kill even when it's unsafe for him to do so.
Thanks, Inspector Foster. Any questions? Hunter?
McCarthy, Rude, you got the list of the British nationals that are in Los Angeles. I know it's a big job, but they gotta be checked out. Hardy, Ames, there's a lot of stores in the area that carry the type of music box we found at the scene of the crime. Check them out. I assume Vice is checking out the streets.
Yeah, they are, but they're not having a lot of luck. These gals don't want to talk to the cops, you know?
Well, explain to them that 2 of them have already died at this man's hand. Come on, push them. Now, look, this guy's out there. Let's get him.
Good shot. I love it. Could you move this way? Just a touch. Wonderful. Oh, very close. Wonderful.
Excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt your shot, but by some small chance, are you Lord Anthony Rutherford?
By some small chance, I am. Would you mind stepping back?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
You know, this is indeed an honor. I'm a very big fan of yours. I've got your book back home.
Really?
Name's Avery Thompson. As you can see, I'm a bit of an amateur photographer myself. I say, you wouldn't happen to have a moment to take a look at some of my work, would you? I've got a few samples back at the room.
Perhaps some other time.
Well, yes, I'd like that very much. You see, I'm doing some business here, and I'll be at the Hotel Excalibur for the next few days, so possibly if you get the chance, you could bring me up there.
I'm sorry, but I'm rather busy on this trip.
Ah, yes, of course, I understand.
Good day, Mr. Thompson.
Good day, Lord Rutherford.
Oh, Sergeant Hunter, I've got the name of some of the stores that sell those music boxes from Sergeant Hardy. I thought we could check them out together.
Fabulous idea.
Good, let's go.
Right after lunch.
I'm really not very hungry.
I don't know how they do it in London, but a good detective here in Los Angeles needs an awfully good lunch.
I know it's bizarre, but I feel guilty just stopping to eat sometimes, knowing he's still out there.
He's still out there, all right, Susannah.
What scares me is he could be on a plane tomorrow and be none the wiser.
You know, you seem quite obsessed by this guy. Why don't you just relax and enjoy your lunch, okay? Thanks.
There was a young detective friend of mine named Laura Magruder. Our vice people put her on the Soho beat dressed as a prostitute. I suppose you do the same kind of thing here.
Sure, it's a decoy.
Quite routine. But something went wrong. Her backup officer lost contact with her on his wireless. He found her body in a gutter behind a pub. She was a very nice girl.
She wasn't found in the hotel room?
No. We came to the conclusion that after she identified herself as an officer, the man panicked, ripped out her wireless, kidnapped her. The music box was still playing when we found her.
I can understand your feelings, Susannah, but please don't let this get in the way of you doing your job.
It won't.
Good.
Bob?
That's right, honey. You Candace?
Uh-huh.
Well, climb on in, darling.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Well, a man never minds waiting for a beautiful woman.
You're cute. How did you get my number?
A gentleman named Hanson in Austin, Texas.
Henson. No, I don't remember him.
Well, he remembers you. He says you're the best thing that ever happened to L.A.
My place or yours?
Well, I thought you'd never ask.
You bloody fool! Why don't you learn to drive?
You're English. I don't think this is going to work out.
Finding who sold in that music box, like looking for a needle in a haystack.
It's all part of the job, though, isn't it?
Rick, this is Candace Walker. She has something for you on the Lullaby case.
Yeah, Susannah. Go ahead, Miss Walker.
That English man who's been killing those girls, I think he tried to get his hooks into me last night.
I look for Brits living in foreign countries and I take photographs of them. That's what I do. The more interesting and exotic they are, the better.
I didn't see any photographs of prostitutes in your book.
In a way, the Lullaby killer is responsible for my meeting with Candace. The idea of English prostitutes plying their trade in foreign lands never occurred to me until Lord Fraser told me about the murders in L.A.
I see. Now, where did you get Candace's phone number?
A gentleman with Ram's Head passed it on.
Do you know who he is?
I don't remember.
I see. Now, all you wanted to do was take photographs of these girls, is that right?
That is exactly it.
Why did you use an American accent when you picked up the lady?
I was having a bit of fun with her. Is there a law against that?
There's a law against murder.
Suzanne.
This is outrageous.
What's so special about Brahms' Lullaby?
I won't tolerate this. Need I remind you that I'm a member of the House of Lords?
Susanna?
I don't care if he's the bloody Prime Minister.
Let's take a little break, shall we?
Thank you, Sergeant.
I'm sorry, we'll be right back.
He's guilty.
We'll see about that now, won't we? Look, Inspector, we have absolutely no physical evidence on this guy at all.
Then we'll find it.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
What are we supposed to do?
Look, this is an LAPD investigation. You're a guest here. Let me handle it, okay?
Okay.
Okay? Good. Let's go back in and try it again. Come on.
Hunter, Captain wants to see all of us right now.
Lord Fraser's having a little problem with our holding Lord Rutherford.
That's putting it mildly. You're detaining an innocent man. Look, I have nothing against American police procedures, but it seems to me that you don't have one shred of real evidence.
Look, Lord Fraser, we do have good reason to question this man.
You don't really think that Tony Rutherford is this lullaby killer?
Look, all we're doing is questioning the man. You have to admit his behavior's been a bit suspicious.
This is preposterous. I've known this young man and his family for years. He's already had a great personal tragedy, and the family don't put him through this.
What about the personal tragedies of the families of those girls?
He has nothing to do with that. Look, he's been extremely cooperative. He came here without the benefit of legal advice. He's answered all your questions, but enough is enough. Now, Sergeant Hunter, do you have any real evidence that even remotely links him with these murders?
No, I don't.
Then, Captain Devane, I must insist that you release him now.
Your Captain Devane just made an enormous mistake.
Under the circumstances, I think he did the right thing.
This is wrong.
Well, what do you expect him to do? The man doesn't have any wants in England or in this country.
No, that means nothing.
Oh, Susannah, I mean, you can't take a man's rights away because he talks to a prostitute.
I better call the yard and let them know what's going on. I'll see you later.
How are we doing on everything else?
Nothing.
Oh, good.
Good God, Tony. This isn't at all like you getting into such a mess. Why would you even want to photograph a prostitute?
Oh, come now, Andrew. I thought it would make a wonderful highlight for my book.
Some highlight. Frankly, it's a disgrace that so many young women are coming to this country and working as prostitutes.
Maybe if we do something to bolster our economy, they can ply their trade at home.
That is not funny.
Come now. Quit being so stuffy, Andrew.
It's easy for you to say. If the British press get hold of this, it could be quite embarrassing.
I suppose it could. Andrew, it was all an unfortunate coincidence, an innocent adventure. We have been friends a long time. If I've embarrassed you, I am sorry.
All right. But, Tony, you must remember that whilst you are here, you are not just an average tourist. You are a member of the House of Lords, not some pink-haired rock singer. Your behavior must be beyond reproach.
Of course. No more prostitutes, I promise.
So, what are you going to photograph next?
Something quite innocent, I assure you.
Good.
Absolutely brilliant, brilliant. More violence. That's it. You can do even better. You've got 100,000 adoring fans out there waiting to tear your clothes off. This is 100,000 screaming. Mimi is in the Colosseum. What are you doing? Come on, more violence. And, oh, brilliant, brilliant. More of that. Big smiles, the music, the lights, the screaming. That's good, very good. Wonderful, wonderful. There you are, people. This is the greatest band in the history of time. That's it. There you go. Look at them, look at them. They're screaming. You love it, you love it. More, more, more.
Gin with bitters. Excuse me, old chap.
Would you mind doing me a little favor?
The gentleman in the bar sent you these, miss. He thought you might be more comfortable if you came in and had a drink with him.
Where is he?
Over there. He was sitting right there a few moments ago.
Susannah, Captain Devane just got a phone call from Lord Rutherford. He wanted to apologize to you for letting the air out of your tire. That was right after he threatened this department with legal action if we don't leave him alone.
He can't do that.
Yes, he can. It's called harassment. Now, look, don't you think I want to go after this guy as much as you do, but we can't right now. We got to leave him alone, and that includes you.
This doesn't make sense.
I know that, but look, if you don't do it, Captain Devane is going to call Scotland Yard and have you shipped back to London. Now, what do you want to do? Good. So, how was changing your first flat in America?
I didn't have a jack.
Good day, sir.
Lord Rutherford, come in, please. Come in.
Hello, Avery.
Hello. It was quite a surprise hearing from you. To tell you the truth, I thought you'd be far too busy to take the time to look at the work of a rank amateur.
Don't be silly. I'm always interested in good photography.
Good, then I hope you won't be too disappointed.
Ah.
Of course, I'm not nearly in your class.
I don't think I'll be disappointed at all.
Now watch your steps, folks. Got a jumper this morning, huh?
Yeah.
Where are Sergeants McCall and Hunter?
Up in this man's room, 1706.
1706, thanks.
Oh, here, Charlie.
So, what do we got?
Victor's name is Avery Thompson. He's a British citizen. He left a suicide note. As you can see here, he claims he killed the two girls and then jumped out the window because he's afraid to kill again.
Captain? Photographs of both the victims.
Well, now, this looks like this could be our boy, huh?
Yeah, well, maybe. Everything seems pretty convenient, doesn't it?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I mean, just that. Everything seems to be conveniently here for us.
I know, sir, but I think it's a mistake. Yes, I understand, but... Yes, sir.
Even if Thompson hadn't committed suicide, this stuff would have sent him straight to the gas chamber. This is the kind of evidence a DA just dreams about.
What'd you people find on Avery?
He wasn't anywhere near the vicinity of most of the murders in England.
All right, so we have a copycat killer here.
The Yard thinks so. They feel the real suspect is still in England.
What about you, Susannah?
I think Rutherford did it. If he wanted to throw us off the trail, he couldn't have found a better way of doing it.
She's right.
Now, wait a minute. We've got these two crimes solved. We've got all this evidence. Look, I think this sounds just a little circumstantial.
He's got away with 25 murders in England and 2 here. I'm telling you, Rutherford's our man.
Look, Susannah, we're not saying that he's not the guy. Everything does point to him, but we don't have anything to go on right now. And besides, considering who he is pretty well insulated.
I've been called back to London.
Susannah?
Oh, thank you both for coming down. I want to apologize for my behavior in
Oh,
this
listen,
case.
that's not necessary.
Susannah, you do great police work. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
So what are you going to do after you get back?
Well, as long as Rutherford's here, there's nothing I can do. You both know I'm right about him, don't you?
Look, we'll stay on him.
Good. Oh, there's something you can do for me. One day Rutherford's going to take a bad step. If it's in England, I'll be there waiting. But if you two happen to catch him before he leaves the States, would you have him autograph this? I'd like to give it to my chief inspector so he'll know what a fool he is.
Sure.
Oh, and if you're ever in London, we'll do the town.
Good. Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm Susannah Foster, room 756. I think you've been preparing my bill. I've changed my mind. I've decided to stay one more day. Thank you.
I'm really quite busy.
Too busy to get at the truth?
And what does that mean, young lady?
A couple of days ago in Captain Devane's office, you mentioned something about a tragedy in Lord Rutherford's family. What was that about?
Well, that's really none of your business, Inspector.
I'm afraid it is. You must understand, I'm going to continue this investigation into Lord Rutherford no matter what it takes.
Yes. You'd do that, wouldn't you?
Don't you realize there are lives at stake here? Please, Lord Fraser, help me. Tell me what happened.
Tony's father killed himself. The boy was only 11 at the time. Even you can realize it was quite painful for him.
Why did he commit suicide?
I'd rather not say. Tony's father was my friend. It was painful for me, too.
I have to know, please.
Tony's father discovered that Lady Rutherford was having an affair. In anger, he killed her.
And then he took his own life. Now I remember. Papers were full of stories about it when I was a child.
Yes, those trashy tabloids made a scandal out of it.
She supposedly had a number of affairs, didn't she? The newspapers described her as a prostitute. Was she?
Lady Rutherford was a lost, lonely woman. She was not a prostitute.
Maybe her son thought she was.
Planning a little trip our way?
Huh, no, just looking at these pictures. I'll tell you, whatever else Tony Rutherford is, he sure does know how to use a camera.
Not a bad life, huh?
Is there some way to figure out if the pictures that we found in Avery's room were actually taken with one of his cameras as opposed to Rutherford's?
Well, not unless you have an obvious camera flaw. It's impossible.
So frustrating. There has to be some way to connect this man. Hey, didn't Lord Fraser say that Rutherford came into L.A. from Singapore?
That's right.
What was the date?
Good evening, Lord Rutherford.
I have nothing to say to you.
I don't blame you. I feel quite badly about the way you've been treated.
Do you?
Yes, I do. You know we found the man who killed those girls.
Yes. Lord Fraser told me the man took his own life.
Yes. Look, I just came by to apologize. My behavior was extreme. I'm sorry. I was just trying to do my job.
I understand. So, you're off to London today, eh?
Actually, I've decided to stay until tomorrow. I came all the way to Los Angeles. I'm not going to go home without at least one good night on the town.
I don't blame you. Los Angeles is an exciting place.
The only problem is I don't know my way around very well. I was wondering, if you're free tonight, maybe we could have dinner and some drinks. I don't know anyone interesting in the city. It would be nice to spend some time with someone from home. We could talk about your work. Unless you're busy, of course.
Actually, I am free tonight. Might be rather pleasant.
That's wonderful. I could be ready by 8.
Why not?
Hey, look at this. Readout from the computer at Interpol. While our friend was photographing in Singapore, a young British prostitute was killed.
Don't tell me. Broken neck and a music box in her right hand?
Brahms' Lullaby.
Hey, I just got a call from Lord Fraser. He had the strangest conversation with Susannah Foster.
What do you mean? She should be long gone by now.
No, I called her hotel. She hasn't checked out yet.
Good evening.
Come in.
You look quite lovely.
Thank you. I was thinking maybe you'd like to photograph me. After all, I am a Brit in a foreign land.
Perhaps after dinner.
I ordered some champagne. Maybe we could have a drink and order dinner in. That way we can really get to know each other. Shall we have a toast?
Why not?
To your late mother. God rest her soul.
Oh. You think you're very clever, don't you?
I have a feeling she liked to play this for you.
What do you know about my mother?
She was very lonely. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Please, stop it.
She must have been a very exciting woman.
Get away from me.
She loved you very much.
She was a tramp!
Oh, come on, love. Be nice to your mother. I love you.
You have to die, Mother. You have to die. It'll be over. Let her go, Rutherford. No! No! Don't you understand? She killed my father. She's a whore. She has to die. She has to die. No! No!
Oh!
It's all right. It's okay now. It's gonna be all right. It's all over. It's all over.
Now it's over.